Before you blame your partner, this is where it actually started. Many don't realize it, but differentiation, the ability to do it or not, begins in childhood. When emotions got high, did you learn to think or just react? Take a moment and watch the video. See if you could identify situations in your family dynamics that you identify with.
Some people learn very early in life to pay close attention to the emotional atmosphere around them. They can feel when someone is upset. They can sense tension before anyone says a word. They know when something feels off. And little by little, without even realizing it, they begin to assume responsibility for emotions that were never truly theirs to carry. They become the peacemaker, the fixer, the one who tries to hold everything together. If there is tension in the room, they feel it. If someone is disappointed, they absorb it. If a relationship feels strained, they quietly ask themselves, what did I do wrong? For some people, this becomes such a normal way of living that they no longer recognize it as a pattern. It just feels like who they are. But psychology gives us another way to understand it. In family systems theory, this pattern is connected to something called differentiation of self. Differentiation refers to the ability to stay emotionally connected to other people while still maintaining a clear sense of your own identity. In other words, it is the ability to care, to stay present, and to remain in relationship without losing yourself in the emotional system around you. When differentiation is low, people tend to become emotionally fused with those around them. Their sense of self gets shaped more by relational pressure than by their own internal convictions. That means other people's reactions begin to carry too much weight. Their approval feels too important. Their disappointment feels too personal. And relational tension begins to feel like a personal failure. Murray Bowen described one part of this pattern as personalization. Personalization happens when a person takes excessive responsibility for relational discomfort. Instead of seeing tension as something happening within a system, they experience it as something that must somehow be their fault. Their inner dialogue may sound like this: something must be wrong with me. I need to fix this. I am the problem. This is what happens when emotional fusion gets internalized. The pressure in the system gets pulled inward and translated into self-blame. Virginia Satir described a similar pattern, but from a different angle. She called it placating. Placating is the communication style of someone who tries to keep peace by putting themselves aside. They apologize quickly. They soften their opinions. They agree when they do not really agree. They suppress what they feel in order to maintain harmony. Where Bowen focused on the internal emotional process, Satir focused on the outward relational behavior, but both were describing the same deeper dynamic, the loss of self within the relationship. One person feels responsible on the inside. The same person may become accommodating on the outside. So, what Bowen called personalization and Satir called placating can both be understood as expressions of low differentiation. And that matters because many people mistake these patterns for kindness. They think this is what love looks like. They think this is what maturity looks like. They think this is what being a good person requires. But sometimes what looks like kindness is actually self-abandonment. Sometimes what looks like peacekeeping is really fear of disconnection. Sometimes what looks like humility is a person disappearing in order to keep the system calm. Healthy differentiation is different. It does not mean becoming cold. It does not mean becoming detached. It does not mean refusing to care. It means learning how to stay connected without becoming consumed. It means being able to say, I care about you, but I am not you. I can remain present with your emotions without making them my identity. I can stay in relationship without losing my voice. Differentiation is not the absence of love. It is love with structure, connection with boundaries, care without collapse. And for many people, learning differentiation means unlearning the quiet belief that they must hold everything together in order to be safe, wanted, or loved. It means recognizing that not every tension is yours to solve. Not every silence is yours to fill. Not every emotional storm is yours to carry. Sometimes healing begins when a person finally realizes, I can be connected to others and still remain connected to myself. Sometimes we don't recognize the pattern. What feels like who we are is often just pain we learn to carry. The little girl never disappeared. She simply grew up, and the problems she faced in childhood didn't stay there. They followed her, quietly shaping her relationships, her reactions, and the way she sees herself, like weeds spreading through a garden. In psychology, we call these patterns, but in real life, they often just feel like survival. The good news is this: awareness changes everything, because once we recognize the pattern, we can begin to pull those weeds and plant something new, clearer boundaries, healthier emotions, and a stronger sense of self.